I kind of wanted to just talk about how did I create this craft room combo space and the guest room without making it feel like the guest is sleeping in a home office. Hello, friends. I am Melanie from Simple Made Pretty, where I share budget home decor ideas, Cricut crafts, and Dollar Tree DIYs. In today's video, I wanted to talk about my craft room. Okay, so I'm not going to do a full-on tour because I've already done that before. And I actually have a full course on how to create a clutter-free Cricut craft room. And I put a lot of work into that course. It's 12 videos long and it comes with a guide as well as other bonus materials to use. So if you are looking to organize your craft supplies and just have a clutter-free environment while you're crafting, I know that's really hard for a lot of people that are crafters and you have a lot of supplies and you just don't know where to start. So I put together this wonderful course for those of you, and I'll link it in the description. But for those of you that don't have the time or the money to invest in a full-blown course, you could check out some of my blog posts as well as some of my videos. I don't have a full video on my channel anymore because I do have this course that's dedicated towards those who really want to dive in and create their dream craft space. So today's video, I will be sharing my craft room, but more or less how to create the craft room combo. So my craft room is a home office. So I have my desk where I'm talking to you right now, and I have my computer, my monitor, and some office supplies on this side of the room. And then on the other side of the room, that's my craft room side. And I also have a large craft table, and it's also a guest room, and it's sort of a lounge too. So I have this entire space that's a craft room combo space. So I kind of wanted to just talk about how did I create this craft room combo space and the guest room without making it feel like the guest is sleeping in a home office. Believe me, whenever we've had anybody stay in my craft room guest room, they are just like in love. They don't want to leave. It's actually very enjoyable and it doesn't feel like you're sleeping in an office. And also, before we get started talking about that, I wanted to mention that I do have a free guide that'll help you organize your craft room, and I'll include the link for that in the description as well. So for my craft room, the question I get all the time is, where is our pull-out sofa from? Well, it is IKEA and it's unfortunately discontinued. So sad. But I have found similar sofas that I will link in the description for you. It's a queen size pull-out sofa. If you've ever slept on a pull-out sofa bed, you know that the mattresses are not that comfortable. I mean, they've got to be pretty slim to fit when you pack everything away to fit back in there. So to me, it's really uncomfortable. Now my kids have slept on it and I've had guests sleep on it. To make it more comfortable I had a 2-inch memory foam organic mattress topper. About a year ago, my husband and I replaced our mattress, and then we had this mattress topper that we weren't using anymore. And so I was like, I don't want to get rid of this thing. It was really expensive. So I literally just lay it on top of our sofa while it's closed, because the mattress topper will not fit if you try to push everything inside. It will not fit to close. So I literally just have it sitting on top of the sofa, and then I drape a blanket that's the same color as our sofa on top, so you don't even notice it. It just looks like a sofa cover. And so when guests come over, I have that extra mattress topper on top of the mattress, so it increases the comfort for our guests. And so that to me is a huge factor in creating a awesome guest room. The sofa also doubles as a workspace because I'm constantly working from the couch, my desk, my craft table, and my kids love coming in here to do their homework. They even come in here to watch TV sometime. I don't have the best TV in here, but I will find them sometimes in here watching TV. And I've definitely caught family members in here taking naps on this couch. So number one was a comfortable sofa bed for your guests. And number two, I'm going to say anything that's going to create a cozy environment for your guests. So I added a luxurious, really pretty rug to the room. It helped to bring everything together and make it feel a lot cozier. I used to not have a rug in my craft room because I felt like I would ruin it, like maybe get hot glue or paint on it. And the fact is that has not been the case at all. I do have my craft table on wheels, and I have a cart that's on wheels, so it does kind of get stuck whenever I'm trying to wheel it around the rug. It does get stuck, so that is my only thing with the rug on the floor in here. But as long as the rug goes from wall to wall, you shouldn't have that problem with anything on wheels. My rug does not go wall to wall, so that's why I have that issue. And then so the next thing is another textile would be curtains. I think blackout curtains or blinds make a huge difference in the comfort level. I have a huge window in my craft room, and it's probably the biggest window in our house. And it's weird because it doesn't look out to anything pretty. It just looks out to our side yard. So every time I was sitting here looking out the window, I would see our side yard. And so I wanted something that would cover that. It would be light filtering, but also could provide a blackout if somebody was sleeping and they just wanted to have the blackout privacy. We actually just replaced the window treatments in the office. So we used to have some plain white blinds over here, and then we had our windows replaced, and it totally screwed up my blinds because the measurements changed. And so for the longest time, I just had curtains over here until that frustrated me because getting behind this sofa to close the curtains was proving to be really difficult. So we have these smart blinds. They are remote control, Alexa controlled, Google controlled. So you can see, and I'll show you how dark it gets in here. But I'm so happy that we have these. Right now the window's open. That's why they're blowing. Let me close the window. Okay, I closed the window. So I'm so happy that I got this space back because this was the perfect spot for my sign. I had to move it over top of my desk, and I wasn't really happy with how it looked. I just love being able to enter this room and see my sign hanging up. So it gets pretty dark in here. It's the perfect blackout for guests. And yeah, I do have our bearded dragon he hangs out in the craft room with me. Okay, so it's really dark. I just love these smart blinds. I will link them in the description. But it's really cool because I can just be in the middle of doing something and Alexa, open the blinds. And then we can get the sun to shine back through. So there is the side yard I was talking about. I redid this last spring, and I have a whole tutorial on my blog on how I redid our side yard if you want to check it out. So that, and also I do have the curtain doorway behind me, so that's another textile. And another feature in this room is that this curtain does provide privacy, but I do have the ability to close the door. There's a door here, and then there's a door on the other side of this room, so this entire area could be closed off and private. Now, when we bought this house, there was not a door here, and there was not a door on the other side of that room. We had a door built over here, and then my husband and I worked together to build out this area over here to put a double French door. A few other guest items that I added to make it cozy in this craft room combo room is some luxurious bedding. So I partnered with this brand, and they sent me this amazing sheets, an amazing comforter, and as well as this fur throw blanket. And I actually had my mother-in-law come and stay here as soon as I got this, and she loved it so much that she ordered 2 of these for her bedroom. So I will say, I will link them in the description. They are really popular and really affordable, but also very trendy. And then you can get it in several different colors. I just love this comforter set. Another thing that I added was a small lamp. I don't have it here behind me right now because I'm actually transitioning from, I used to have a larger standing lamp right here. If you've watched any of my other videos, I am looking for a smaller lamp that I can put on the shelf behind me. That's another thing. I have a dedicated shelf right next to the sofa bed for guests if they need to place their items, as well as a little tray that they could use while the bed is open. I also think it's important to have a little chair that your guests can sit in, or maybe they just want to place some of their belongings in it. And I do have these barrel chairs in my craft room. I have one in my bedroom for my vanity, and then I also have one in my craft room. So they come in a pack of 2, but they could easily be placed around the room. And I love that mine actually tucks underneath of my desk. So if I need extra space in the room, you could tuck it under or use it with my craft table. And that's another thing. My craft table kind of can double as a dining space for my guests if I want to leave it in the room. I tend to, because it's on wheels, push it over into our home gym area and use it as a standing desk above our walking pad when I do have guests over here. That way it's out of the way. Now, what do I do when somebody is staying in this room and I don't have my workspace? Well, like I said, fortunately, my work can be mobile, so I can move my laptop and work somewhere else in the house while the guest is staying here. I typically like to film my videos in the room like I'm doing right now. So that would not be able to be done if there's somebody staying here. But usually we don't have guests staying for more than a few days. So it typically doesn't get in the way of my work schedule. Lastly, a few other details that I included in my craft room to make it more comfortable for guests is, since we live in Florida, I do like to have some tropical artwork in the room because we tend to have a lot of people that visit us from out of state, and they like to come to Florida because they want to experience the tropical environment and the palm trees. And the beach is 5 minutes from our house. So I do have a painting that's the beach with palm trees, as well as a couple other pieces of art prints to kind of tie all of my home decor together in here and get that tropical vibe. And then one more thing that's important when you're having a guest room in your craft space is to really keep it decluttered, have the aesthetics and the cleanliness, and as well as being organized. So if you need help in that area, or you'd like to create your dream clutter-free craft room, check out my course in the description below. And I have one more tip for you. Since we are limited with space in our home, I do have a hack that I use to store guest room bedding when you have zero storage. So one of the problems with a smaller home is the lack of storage. Where do you put your extra blankets, your bedding, or linens for guests when they're not being used? My hack is to use a large pillow cover like this one from IKEA, and I place all of the bedding as well as the sheets inside, and then I just use it as a pillow. Place it on your sofa and nobody would ever even know the difference. Well, that was it. I hope you enjoyed this video and some of these tips. Remember, your guest room, craft room combo should feel welcoming, inviting, cozy, but also should inspire your creativity as well. By blending the two, not only are you maximizing the space, but you're also opening doors to new possibilities. Your guests will surely appreciate the thoughtful touches and the cozy retreat that you created for them. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. Thanks for watching. That's all for now. Bye.